enormous role. Also liaison with Amtrak, our partners. Tom Moritz is here. The governor mentioned Tom. Tom, how much time do you spend on a train every day? Every time I call Tom, he is on a train going from Boston to New York to Philadelphia to Washington. I honestly believe there's more than one of you and you have a clone somewhere. But the Amtrak folks have been really supportive of moving this project forward. We've got to remember that bringing this commuter rail service down is on somebody else's property. It's like building a road through somebody's backyard and you don't have eminent domain rights over their yard. They have to be with you as a partner, and Amtrak has been that. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome our senior senator, the Honorable Jack Reed, to give some remarks as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Governor Cherry and Congressman Langevin, also Congressman Bob Wagon, because Bob was with me when we were authorized this back in 1998. So this is something that has taken a long time to evolve. But today we're recognizing the progress we've made, but more importantly, the future that commuter rail service will bring to South County, to our whole state, and to our economy. And I'm pleased to see representatives of local government, Ken Carter and Representative Earhart. Good to see you all. And Steve DeToy and Charlie Stam and Carol Houston from the council. The council is an active part of many things that happen here in North Kingstown. And Richard Welch from the school committee. Also Al Mascola from RIPTA, because this transit system that we're building in Rhode Island is a combination of rail, but also of buses and of all the things we can do to move people efficiently and effectively throughout the state, and it's great for our economy. I particularly want to recognize also Jerry Mullen, because as everyone's pointed out, that this is a collaborative effort between Massachusetts, Rhode Island, between MBTA, between our Department of Transportation, and your presence here today is very effective, and thank you very much. And I really want to thank Peter Rogoff. Peter Rogoff is the director of the Federal Transit Administration. But before Peter was running the Federal Transit Administration, he was running the Appropriations Committee in the United States Senate. So you had to go and be nice to him to get money. And he was very supportive of this project. As has been indicated, we have been able to appropriate over the last several years about $32 million in federal funding from direct appropriations, from the New Start program, from the Recovery Act, which is the vast majority of the funding for this project. Literally, without Peter's help, both on the Appropriations Committee and as the director of the Federal Transit Authority, we would not be here today. So thank you very much, Peter, for your presence and your help going forward. This facility will be a key link for about 1,400 commuters, but I think it'll do something much more than that. When you have a viable transportation center, it becomes the focus for economic development, for commercial development, for residential development, because it pulls everyone together. It's the central core of our economic activity. And this structure is going to be part of that core. And there's talk, I hope, already to looking down further towards Westerly and Connecticut. But we have to develop a world-class, first-rate, environmentally sensitive and cost-effective transportation system. This will be a big part of it. There are many, many people that contributed to this effort. I want to thank Mike Lewis and his team at DOT, all of his predecessors, Jim Capaldi and Jerry Williams and everyone else. This does go back into the mid-1990s, so there's a lot of people to thank. I particularly want to point out and thank Steve Devine and Jim Ng from DOT. They did a great job. So much is done, and so many times the heads of departments and the political people get the credit, but this is the work of very talented, dedicated state and federal officials. I also want to add my commendation to Bob Seo. Bob is the power behind all this, worked hard, relentlessly, tirelessly to get this done. And today, we're very, very close to getting it done. So, Bob, thank you for your efforts. And then also with respect to Amtrak. I've worked with Amtrak now for 20 years. It has been a very interesting relationship. But I want to particularly thank Tom Arts and Mike Stern, because throughout the changes in their leadership, they have been consistently and very effectively helping the state of Rhode Island to get the job done and to increase our ability to use intercity rapid rail transit. So thank you so much, gentlemen. We've got a lot of work to do, and we'll get it done. And I hope, too, to be back here in a year for the ribbon cutting, to get on the train and ride all the way up to at least to Providence. I don't know if I can go as far as Boston yet, but I'll work on it. I'll work on it. All right, all the way to the Red Sox. Okay. When you have that special shuttle to the Red Sox, Commissioner, then I'll get on. One final bit of word. Someone on my staff has shepherded this project from the very beginning. Neil Campbell. Neil's from South Kingstown. Neil was a young staffer. He did all the transportation work. Back in the mid-'90s, he kept bothering Peter Rogoff and the authorizers every day until they got so tired of him. They said, okay, we're going to authorize this project. We're going to give federal build this train station. So now, about, we're talking 12 years later, we're here. It takes a while, but without those efforts, we wouldn't be here. So thank you all very, very much.